Oh, do you have some time now? There's something I want to talk about. Has lunch break started, or are you still working?
Yeah, I've got some time now. What's wrong, Mom? Is it an emergency?
You invited me over yesterday and cooked me dinner, remember? I wanted to tell you that your paella was the best among all the food you and your wife served me yesterday. Honestly, your wife isn't the best cook. I didn't know you could cook so well. Since when were you such a wonderful cook?
I've been learning how to cook from Amanda recently, so I'm becoming a better cook all thanks to Amanda. She's a wonderful cook in my opinion, and she's a great teacher as well. I'm glad you liked it, Mom. Thanks for the praise.
Oh. Let me guess, is Asuka forcing you to cook meals every day? Does she not know that you're tired from a long day of work?
No, she'd never do that to me. It's just that we have different responsibilities in the household. We divide the chores equally and help each other out when we're busy. We both cook for each other.
Don't tell me you're doing housework on a daily basis. Oh, I cannot believe it. How dare she make you do housework? You don't have to do anything in the house. I thought she had better manners than this.
Huh?
Housework is a woman's job. It's always been the responsibility of women since the old days, all right? So the only thing you have to do is earn money outside. Take some rest when you're at home.
No, both Amanda and I work outside and have a job, and even if Amanda was a housewife, I would have helped her with housework. We're a married couple, Mom. We have to support each other. She's not a maid. I'll do things myself.
Oh, Ko, you're such a kind gentleman. Oh, maybe a bit too nice. I bet Asuka doesn't make much money. Is there a point of her having a job? Are you sure you're doing okay? Isn't married life hard for you? I won't be surprised if you want to break up with her now.
I'm doing fine. Everything's going well. So don't worry, Mom. And Amanda's working really hard. She's working even harder than me to build her career.
Ko, listen, you shouldn't spoil your wife too much. It's important to give critical advice sometimes. You've always been a smart child, and you even graduated as a top student from high school. Not to mention your university. You have a very high educational background, Ko. And now you work for one of the biggest corporations in the world. I'm very proud to have a son like you.
Thanks, but my educational background doesn't matter. We're equal in our relationship.
It does matter. Asuka hasn't even been to university. She's a high school graduate, remember? And she works for a company I've never even heard of in my entire life. There's no way she's earning a good amount of salary working at that company. There's a huge difference between you and Asuka. Are you being blinded by love? Open your eyes and accept the truth. You'll regret it sooner or later that you got married to her.
Mom, I honestly think you shouldn't judge people based on their educational background and career.
What are you talking about? Education and job careers are very important in life. It's pretty clear, isn't it? They're important factors that influence how happy you can be in life. Look, try comparing an employee working for a big corporation and a person with low income. Which do you think has a higher crime rate?
Are you talking about crime rates now? I thought we were just having a casual conversation. I think you're being too extreme, Mom. And intelligent people who work for big corporations can also commit crimes. You can't really judge people based on their intelligence. What's important is their personality.
Oh, Ko, you don't know much about the society yet. Well, you'll learn about how society works as you get older. There's no need to rush. I'll help you learn about this society. It's my responsibility as your mother.
Mom, Amanda's really great. I'm not trying to make her look good or anything, it's just the truth. I hope you can accept that.
Oh no, you're being brainwashed by her. Oh, I guess it's too late now. I always thought she was a bad influence.
I'm not being brainwashed. I'm completely fine. Don't blame her for everything. I really don't want you to say bad things about Amanda. She's my wife, and I love her. She's really important to me.
I'm not being mean, Ko. I just want her to be considerate about you and be more responsible in the household. She's your wife, and it's her responsibility to take good care of you. When I visited your house yesterday, there was some dust on top of the shelves and the floor was also dirty. She needs to be more careful when she cleans the house. When I was her age, I spent hours and hours making the house spotless. Is she slacking off, Ko? Does she clean the house properly?
She does.
Then I guess she's either not working hard enough, or she's simply bad at cleaning and doing housework. She looks pretty clumsy and irresponsible, so it's not a big surprise.
She's trying her best, and I think she's doing enough.
I don't think you can call that clean. She doesn't know what cleaning really is. Tell her to be more careful when she cleans next time. Cleaning requires some concentration. Should I train her to become a better housewife? I'm embarrassed to have a daughter-in-law like her.
It's my fault. I was the one who was in charge of cleaning that day. I wasn't being careful enough.
Ko, it is not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. It's Asuka's fault for letting me in without checking if you were done with cleaning. First of all, it should be her job to clean the house. Listen, Ko, you are the leader of the household. You don't have to do anything. You're just supposed to be there. I can't believe she's forcing you to help her with housework. Don't worry, I'll do something about it right away.
No, Mom, you don't have to do anything. It's our problem. We agreed to divide the chores equally.
Don't worry, just leave it to me. I'm just going to help you have a happy married life. It's my job as your mother. Relax and just trust your own mother. I'll teach her how to be the best housewife. Asuka, can I talk to you for a moment?
Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you for visiting us the other day. I hope you enjoyed our meal. Are you doing okay? What's wrong?
I heard that you've been making Ko do housework. What are you thinking? I thought you knew better than this.
I'm not exactly making him do it. It's just that we have our own roles in the household because we're both busy with work. We made this rule when we got married.
Excuse me, are you talking back to me? Stop this nonsense now!
What?
I'm telling you to stop making my son do housework. He shouldn't be doing anything in the house. He is tired from a long day of work, don't you understand? Let me tell you something then. Women are in charge of doing housework. It's our responsibility.
But it's the rule. We decided this rule when we got married. My husband also agreed. I don't understand why we have to change it now. We're both happy with it.
So what? Ko should not be helping you with housework.
Even if I do tell him that he won't have to do housework, I think he'll voluntarily help me. It's just how he is. You should know his personality very well.
Ugh, you really lack consideration. Can't you use your brain? It's simple. Just finish all the housework before my son can offer you help.
I don't think I can do that. I have a job and I can be really busy sometimes.
I don't care. Arrange your schedule and make some time to finish housework. You're a responsible adult. You should be able to plan things ahead. This is not a request. It's a demand, okay? I don't care if you can't do it. You just do it, understood? I'm saying this as your mother-in-law, who agreed to let you marry my son. Make sure you keep this promise. You will never make my son do housework. So, do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right, good. I'll visit your house tomorrow to check if you're keeping your promise. Tomorrow? That's a bit too sudden. I thought you had a day off tomorrow, Asuka. I have to check if you're doing housework properly. You might slack off if I wasn't there to supervise. I'm also interested to see how you do housework every day. Check if you're doing it in the proper way. I'll train you if you're not doing a good job.
Okay.
I will never allow my son to help you finish housework. You do everything alone, understood? Even if my son offers you his help, make sure you refuse. My son is too kind sometimes, and I don't want you to take advantage of his kindness.
Okay.
I think I told you this when you got married to my son. But I'm against the fact that you also work outside. What's the point of you having a job? My son is earning enough. It's more than enough to cover your living expenses. I really cannot understand why you have a job, not doing any housework at home. It's clearly more important to keep the house clean and to cook for your husband than to meaninglessly work every day.
I'm not just working for money. I have my own reasons. I like my job. I enjoy my job. That's why I work.
Then why not perfect your job at home as well? If you like working so much, how about you do housework properly? At least you could do that for my son who's letting you do what you want to do outside. Can't you be more considerate of my son? I feel so sorry for my son. And when are you planning to give birth? Do you not plan to give birth to my grandchild? Time is limited. Are you planning ahead?
It's not like that. We still haven't decided.
You don't have a child yet. You have plenty of time to do housework, no? Once you get pregnant, you'll be unable to work anyways. And once you give birth, you'll have to look after your child. It's impossible for you to continue working at the same time. You'll eventually have to quit your job and support your family as a housewife at home.
I won't quit my job even after I give birth. I'll just take a paid leave temporarily.
Then who's going to look after your child when you're at work? It's impossible to work and look after your child at the same time. Which is more important to you, your child or your meaningless career?
I'll look after my child with my husband. It's possible if we work together. And it's about our child. It's our problem. So I don't think you have to be worried so much. We'll figure things out as a couple.
Are you serious? Oh, you must be so dumb. My son already has a huge responsibility to earn enough money and to support the household financially. He wouldn't have enough time to spare looking after the baby. He's already busy enough. He also has to help you with housework once you get pregnant and give birth to the baby. You can't ask for more.
I'm not planning to go back to work as soon as I give birth, of course. I'm taking a paid leave for some time.
So I'm telling you, it's best if you just quit your job. Don't you understand? Looking after your child until your child grows up to be an adult requires a lot of time and effort. Your paid leave will never be enough. Looking after your child is harder than you think. You should plan out your future better. If you're out working, you'll never be able to take care of your child properly.
I'm not pregnant yet, so let's calm down, okay? We don't have to rush. It's not like we have to decide everything now. We have plenty of time to prepare. And things might be different in the future. Our plan is prone to change. I'm just telling you, our plan as of right now, it might change in the future.
Your plan and vision for your future is just haunting. I don't think it's going to go well at all. I feel sorry for Ko. He really deserves a better wife than you. I think you have a lot to learn as a wife, Asuka. You're in no state to be called a wife. I'll teach you everything you have to know to be the perfect wife starting tomorrow. Get ready for some hard training. Asuka, stop playing around. You can't be serious.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Didn't I teach you all the necessary skills to complete all the housework perfectly the last time I visited? But look at what you managed to do. You haven't done anything properly. It clearly means that you haven't been paying attention at all. I am very disappointed in you.
Excuse me? May I ask where you are right now?
At your house, obviously. Are you so dumb that you can't even figure out where I am? What? Why are you at our house? Did my husband let you in? I'm a bit confused here. Why would my son be at home to let me in? He's at work. You should know that as his wife. I used the duplicate key to get in.
I don't remember giving you one.
I got it made a while ago so that I can check on you regularly. I'm too worried to have my son living with such an irresponsible wife.
I see. I hope you could ask for our permission. It's our house, you know.
Going back to the topic, you're doing a horrible job. You haven't been doing housework properly at all. Look at your awful cooking and all the dirty floors. Can't you at least cook and clean properly? Oh, I feel so sorry for my son. He has to come back to such a filthy environment every day after work. I dumped all the dishes you prepared. You haven't even finished making some of them. Do it all over again and do better next time, okay? I can't approve of you as my son's wife if you don't improve.
I have something to tell you. I think you should tell all of this to my husband. He was in charge of doing the housework today. Is that all you wanted to say? I'm going back to work now. I am very busy today.
Huh? Wait a minute, I'm not done talking. What do you mean my son was in charge of housework? Don't tell me you've been making my son do all the housework. You're making no sense. Didn't I tell you not to make my son do housework? I've been telling you so many times that it's your job as a wife.
Well, he's been doing housework for me recently. He's in charge right now.
How can you be so cruel? I cannot believe it. I understand now. You've been pressuring my precious son like this to do housework, correct? You wicked soul, such a horrible wife. Get a divorce with my son, right now. I can't hold it any longer.
My husband allowed me to tell you the truth, so let me tell you something very important. My husband doesn't have a job now. He doesn't work out, so he stays at home now and does the housework for me when I'm out working.
What?
A few months ago, he started getting mentally ill, and it became very difficult for him to continue working. He's been visiting the hospital for mental support for a while now. Now he's feeling much better and recovering little by little. So he volunteered to do things around the house when he's feeling okay.
What are you saying? Stop all this nonsense. There's no way my son quit his job. You don't make any sense. He works for one of the biggest corporations in the world. Why would he quit such a prestigious job? He worked so hard to get there.
The bigger the company, the bigger the pressure, the busier it gets. It's definitely not an easy job to do. He got tired, a bit too overwhelmed that he was unable to cope with it any longer.
Stop lying! You're making everything up! If my son is jobless, why isn't he home right now? Where can he be? You better tell me more believable lies next time.
He's at the supermarket now to buy some groceries. He told me he'll be home shortly once he's done with the shopping.
I know you're just trying to make me believe in your ridiculous stories.
You told me that I haven't finished making some of the dishes and just left them out. Do you remember telling me that? I assume that you saw the pot on the stove with some ingredients in it, and that's why you thought I couldn't even cook properly. But think about it. Do you think I would leave it out on the stove when I have work to do outside? Why would I do that?
You can be very irresponsible sometimes. It wouldn't be a surprise if you just left it there. I guess you forgot to put it back in the fridge before leaving for work.
Oh, please, I'm more responsible than that. My husband needed to go buy some additional ingredients while he was cooking, so that's why the pot was left on the stove. And please, get out of our house right now. Please leave.
I have to make sure you're telling the truth, not just making up stories to get off the hook. I'll stay here until my son gets home from the supermarket.
My husband just started to feel better recently. He just recovered from his mental illness. I don't want him to deal with you and your thoughtless comments when he just started recovering. It's not the right time to do that, so please go home. We'll arrange a date to talk about everything when he gets better.
How dare you demand something to your mother-in-law? Who do you think you are? I'm never going home until I see my son. I can't trust you. I have to hear it directly from my son to find out the truth.
I'll make sure to ask my husband to contact you later, so please go home. Or else I'll call the police that someone is trespassing onto my land using a duplicate key I never allowed you to make. I'm not joking. I'm ready to call the police anytime.
You! I am Koichi's mother. I'm not trespassing.
If you really love your son, please go home. It's just not the best time to talk to him. If you can't listen to what I say, I have to take the necessary steps as well. We might have to reconsider how we deal with you in the future. Please understand that you will no longer be able to have a nice relationship with us.
It's all your fault. Everything is ruined because of you. My son changed after he married you. You took away my precious son. I shouldn't have approved you to marry my son. He shouldn't have married such a vulgar woman like you. Get out of his life, you wicked soul. Get divorced with my son. Go to hell. You don't deserve my son. My son doesn't need you in his life. You're a burden. You'll ruin his life. Oh, I'm sorry I entered your house without your permission. I did it with the best intentions. I regret doing so. I'm very, very sorry. I'll never do it again. So please don't ignore my messages. We'll get over this together, okay?
Mom, you're a criminal. You made the duplicate key without asking us. That's clearly a crime. You should be thankful that we didn't call the police on you.
Ko, I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. I thought Asuka was lying. I just wanted to make sure you were happy.
I can't tolerate it anymore. You're meddling with our business and blame Amanda for everything. It's too much, Mom. I really don't want you in my life anymore. I don't think you're a good influence.
Don't say something so mean. I was just trying to help you have a happy married life. I did everything for you.
For me? Mom, I don't think so. You're just taking advantage of me and using me as a tool to brag to others.
You changed a lot after you married Asuka. From my perspective, Asuka is a bad influence in your life. You used to listen to everything I say when you were younger.
I'm telling you to not badmouth Amanda. You're blaming her again. I never told you this, but I always hated your personality, Mom. You hysterically cried and yelled at me when I got worse grades, blamed me and forced me to stop playing with my friends because they were a bad influence in my life. You even threatened me that you'd kill yourself if I didn't get in the company you wanted me to get in, remember? I had enough. It's my life, it's my choice. Leave me alone. Get out of my life. Don't get involved with my life anymore. Please.
But didn't you benefit from listening to your mother? You were able to succeed in life thanks to me. You used to enjoy high status in society until you married Asuka.
I never wanted high status. I wasn't happy at all. Every day was hell. It was so hard for me every day. I started working at a company I never wanted to get into and got mentally ill. I tried to cope with it and overworked myself until I reached the limit. I finally realized what I really wanted to do in life after meeting Amanda. She's my savior in life.
Everything would go well if you follow what I tell you. You have to trust me, Ko. Think about it. Your life has been going really well. Until you met Asuka. She's the reason why you got mentally ill. It's all her fault, that witch. She ruined everything.
What did you say? Have you been listening to me? Shut up, you hag. I've had enough.
What? Did you call me a hag? How dare you call your mother like that? See, you're being influenced in a very negative way by Asuka.
Stop insulting my wife. She's been protecting me from your pressure. She's been a shield for my mental health. Amanda is the most important person in my life. I'm breaking relations with you, Mom. I can't endure it anymore. Don't visit us. Ever again.
Wait, Ko? Ko! Please listen to me. I'll be there right away. I'm on my way to your house. If you don't let me in, I might do something really awful.
Hello, it's Asuka texting. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to talk to you.
You witch! Demon! Give me back my precious son! He changed so much after meeting you. Give me back my son! He used to be a very honest and kind boy. You changed him entirely.
You're the one who looks like a demon to me. Please free my husband. He's suffered enough.
What are you saying? Stop talking nonsense. You're going to break up with my son, and everything's going back to the way it was.
Do you still not understand what we've been telling you? Both my husband and I are going to break relations with you. We'll be strangers once everything settles. I think my husband has been telling you this so many times.
If you ignore my messages, I'll go to your house. I'll do anything to separate my son from you. If he refuses, I'll drag him home. You're such a bad influence. I have to take my son back from you right away.
I don't mind. You can come to our house any time. But you'll never meet your son. We've already moved. You won't find us there.
What?
We've been planning to move, and we finally got to leave that house. My husband told me he wanted to keep a safe distance from you, so I thought it might be best if we moved.
Are you serious? Did you both actually move without telling me? You both were at home yesterday. How can you move in such a short period of time?
We got really scared when you got in with the duplicate key, so we decided to move out right away. It's not safe to live there. We've already started packing, so it wasn't so hard to move ahead of schedule. We didn't have much furniture either. We only brought our bed, fridge, and sofa with us to our new home. We asked our friend who had a license to drive large trucks and got some help when we moved. So now we're all done with the moving. It's like we snuck out so that we wouldn't get caught. It's as if we're in a drama or horror movie, don't you think?
It's not funny. What a rude joke. Where did you move to? What's your new address?
Why do you think we'll ever tell you that? We moved so that you'll never be able to visit us without our permission. We'll have to move again if we tell you where we live.
I am Ko's real mother.
Yes, I know that. So what?
What am I supposed to do in the future? My husband passed away long ago, and I'm all alone. Who's going to take care of me when I get older? Isn't it your responsibility to look after me?
That's none of our business. I think it would be best if you start preparing for your future. You're still able-bodied. You can do things for yourself. It's not too late to start preparing now. Don't worry too much about your future.
Asuka, you're going to regret this.
I bet you're the one who's regretting all your life choices.
Don't you want to get approval from your mother-in-law? I still haven't approved of you as my son's wife. If you tell me your new address now, I won't make you divorce my son. It's your last chance.
I've always been wondering, but what power do you have over me? Would I benefit if you did approve of me? What's the point of getting your approval?
You can't make me divorce my husband. You don't have the power to do so.
I guess you're trying to threaten me, but it's not working.
So you don't care about me anymore? You don't care about what awaits in my life? You won't feel anything if I lived a poor life and eventually ended my life? Is that what you're saying? You're so heartless you won't feel any sympathy towards me, correct?
Yes, that's right. I don't care about what awaits in your life or how you might end your life. And to make things clear, my husband thinks the same.
There's no way Ko would think like that. He's a very considerate boy. He loves his mother, unlike you.
I won't stop you from being all delusional. It's up to you.
Asuka, listen. Ko is my only family left. He's the most important person in my life. I can't lose him. How can you do something so horrible to me when I am begging you for mercy? You're separating mother from son. You can't be so heartless, can you? If I lose my son, it's as if my life ended. I have no hope in life without him. I can't find the meaning of life. There's no point in being alive.
Oh my, that must be hard for you. But I'll never tell you where we live, so I kindly ask you to stop asking or trying to find out where we are. We'll no longer reply to any messages you send us, and we'll never contact you ever again. It was a short period of time, but thank you for everything. I wish you the best of luck for the rest of your life. Goodbye.
Wait! Please wait! I'll apologize. I'm very sorry for what I did, so please don't break relations with me.
It's too late.
I'll apologize to Ko as well. I'll apologize for everything I did to him, every suffering I caused him. won't blame him for quitting his job. I'll be a supportive mother. I'll also approve of you as my son's wife, so please.
My husband has been manipulated by you for his whole life, unable to make his own decisions, although it's his life. I've been tolerating your bullying since I got married to him. I think we've both had enough. And you even entered our house with a duplicate key we never allowed you to make. Can you imagine how scary that is? That was really the last straw. It's disgusting, honestly, even if you were my husband's mother. I can never forgive you for what you did. There's no way I can trust you anymore. I can't tolerate you being bossy, too. You think you're the one who has to approve of me? You're clearly looking down on me.
But I'll never do anything like that, believe me, I promise. I will never cause you trouble. I'll be a supportive mother-in-law from now on. Please, please don't break relations with me. My son is my everything. He's my treasure and the meaning of my life. Don't take him away from me.
But your son is the one who wants to break relations with you. If you love him so much, how about you respect his decision? If you somehow manage to find our new home and trespass into our house ever again, we will definitely call the police this time. I am dead serious. Please let us live a happy and calm life. That's the least you can do for your son after all the suffering you caused him. I feel so sorry for my husband to have a mother like you. Since then, my mother-in-law kept on texting us and trying to get in contact with us, but we never replied and ignored all her messages. A few days after that, both my husband and I changed numbers, so there's no way for her to find us now. We're finally enjoying a peaceful life free from her. It was pretty frustrating to change our phone numbers just for her, but we knew we had to do it to make her give up on trying to get in contact with us. We can't leave any clues for her. Even if she ever managed to figure out where we lived, we moved to a mansion with a very reliable security system, so I doubt she'll be able to enter the building in the first place. If she enters our home without permission ever again, we will definitely call the police on her next time. She can't just come in just because she's related to us. It's a violation of privacy. I don't know how she's doing now after we broke relations with her. I bet she still hasn't recovered from the shock of not being able to see her beloved son ever again. She might have really loved her son, but her form of love was too suffocating for him. He's been suffering under her high expectations and pressure. I can't imagine her regretting what she did to her son because she seemed to be justifying all her actions that they were all out of love. But I do hope she learns from her mistakes and feels the pain my husband has been going through all these years. Now that my husband has broken relations with his mother completely, I think he really changed for the better. He looks very positive and excited to start his life anew. He's finally free from all the restrictions and stress his mother gave him. I'm really happy to see him healthy, both physically and mentally. He rarely visits the hospital now, and his mental health is almost completely recovered. He's started studying to get a license required for the job he always wanted to work. And he's taking steady steps to get a new job. I always tell him not to overwork himself, but it makes me happy to see him working hard towards his goal. He looks livelier than ever. I will continue to support him during his hardships, and he'll support me when I'm having a hard time. We'll both take great care of each other and fulfill our responsibilities as each other's partners. We will continue to respect each other and accept our differences to become an ideal married couple.